Hello, welcome to my channel today. I'm Lauren and I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup only using the Tati Beauty new Blendifuls. Now, there is this one really big poof and then there's this little smaller one that's designed more for touch-ups and on-the-go use. At first when I saw these, I wasn't like overly excited. I was like, oh gee, a new tool, woohoo. Like I would much prefer to see more makeup. But watching Tati's video and how she explained how she uses these and how they're so bendable and pliable and you can use them in different areas of your face and you can use them to create like contour, to blend out blush. I got the idea that it would be really fun to try to do my entire face only using the new Blendifuls, except for like a mascara and like an eyebrow wand because those are already in an applicator style. So for today's look, I'm going to be applying a primer, a foundation, a concealer, powder, blush. We're even gonna do some eyeshadow and see, I'm gonna use this little bitty guy and see what we can do with that because I just think that this is a really fun challenge and it's just kind of different. You know, she showed how to use all of these tools in different ways, but didn't necessarily say like you could only use like one thing for your whole face. So we're gonna see if we can use this poof for the whole face. I did test it out last night to see how quickly these dry because she says that they dry really fast, which is great to keep your tools more sanitary. So I kind of like swatched on some foundation on my hand and then washed the Blendiful and then I wrung it out in a paper towel and I would say within an hour or two it was dry. You can also put these through the washing machine like in a lingerie bag. Which is also, I think, really cool and a great way to get them clean. So let's give this a go and see what we can come up with and see if I can do this type of challenge. So I'm going to use Bare Minerals Prime Time. I'm going to put that on one corner over here. We'll do one pump of that and see how this blends around. I'm going to dot this on my face. She had talked about in her video how the Blendifuls don't absorb as much product. So we will see if that is the case. You can see my skin, I've got like a little breakout there, little breakouts up there. So I will be concealing those. I just derma rolled and microneedled the other night. So my skin kind of goes through like an ugly duckling phase and then it exfoliates and sloughs off and then all of a sudden it like is glowing and gorgeous and I'm kind of in like day 2 of ugly duckling skin. I feel like that did a pretty good job applying it all. So let's go in with some foundation and what I'm going to do for this portion of it, I'm taking the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. This is my first time using it. And I'm applying it to this kind of fat middle part of the Blendiful. And I'm gonna kind of like bend my fingers around it and we will go in, oh no, we'll kind of go in and dot it on that way. Because I'm trying to save areas of this poof and not get product all over each part of the poof. Ooh, this is my first time using the Dream Cover and I've heard it's kind of like a dupe for It Cosmetics, the CC cream. Let's see how this blends out. This is the shade 120 and I feel like it's an okay match for my skin. Drag this down on the neck so we don't have any lines because those aren't cute. I feel like this does a pretty good job dispersing the product and I'm not noticing too much of it clinging into the poof. Obviously, some of it will. I think that's understandable. It's no different than if you're using a brush. This is not bad. It's really, really soft, so that's also a perk of this. Definitely gives you a really even and kind of flawless overall coverage. Like I said, it doesn't absorb too much of the product, which is also really nice. Now I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Age Rewind, and I don't want to use this little applicator, so I'm gonna rub some of this on the other corner. So I did primer here, foundation. We're gonna rub this onto this like outer corner and see how it applies. And so because these are so blendable, what I'm gonna, or not blendable, bendable, I'm gonna pinch that corner and apply kind of tight up through the eye space here and try to build that coverage up. Overall, so far, I feel like this is a really easy to use tool, and the part of the reason why I wanted to try this kind of challenge for myself is because when I travel, I like to pack really, really light. And I think it would be really, really cool if you could pack like 1 or 2 tools to take with you. And especially because they wash so fast and dry so fast. I think that's like a really unique kind of product to have in your kit. I'm gonna go around my nose because it's a little bit red there today. I do think it's easier to, when you have this product with the sponge already on it, to just dab it on your face. But I really want to put this to the test today, so that's why I'm doing it like this. It does have a really, really soft blend out. Like, it's so easy to buff that out. I don't know. I feel really good about this. Considering I was not like overwhelmingly excited at first, I'm really, really happy that I got this to try out. Applying a little bit more. I'm gonna grab my mirror, hang on. And dot that on my little cheek friend today. Need more coverage there. And so you can see it's lighter in the middle, and then I'm just gonna drag this out and around and try not to touch that center point where it's the most red. That way it helps to build up coverage, and we'll set it with powder so that way it'll kind of blend into the skin a little bit more. Now I'm just going around on any excess red spots that I have right now. And just dab that all the way around. I want you to be able to see blending out some of that texture. You can tell I'm a little textured in between my eyebrows right now, but that will exfoliate off in a few days. Just gonna lightly sweep across the eye to help prime and cancel out my eye veins there. I'm pretty impressed with this thing. That's really, really cool. Okay, let's pop on some blush. I'm gonna use the Honest blush cream in Rose Pink, and I'm going to kind of pinch this again and use this outer corner here, the outside edge, and we'll just dip right into that cream like so. And we are gonna just start stippling that on. And I'm gonna focus on the back portion of my cheek. I've mentioned this in other videos, but I've been doing that because it really helps to kind of sculpt and lift my face. I have very, very round cheeks. And so sometimes if I focus too much on the apple, it just really accentuates the size of my cheek. And so this is kind of like a subtle way to kind of almost contour in a way with blush. And that's a little bright, but we're gonna work with it. Okay, so it does pick up a decent amount of product, but like I said, it doesn't really hold on to as much as you would think. So I'm gonna kind of use more of a clean edge next to where that blush is, and we'll use that to blend out. And soften out any hard lines. That feels pretty good. I'm just gonna do the same over here. And then what I'm going to do to kind of soften out the edges a little bit more is go back to where that foundation was and just kind of dot it where the seams of the blush start to mix with the foundation. It's very, very soft looking. I feel really, really good about this. This is going much better than I thought it would. Okay, so now I'm going to powder my face. You can see the portions that I have used of the Blendiful. I'm gonna use this corner part and I'm gonna dip it into my Honest powder. Really coat that triangular corner. And we're gonna really kind of get up, especially around my eyes and a little bit over here. Great because it fits into the nose really, really well and around the eyes. We'll do some through the forehead because I tend to get more oily through my T-zone, and on the chin. Okay, let's see, we're gonna just kind of lightly feather this out. It applies powder really, really nice. Kind of reminds me of, like, you know, you used to see products all the time with a powder poof in them, like when you would buy a compact, and so it really lays down powder nicely. Okay, let's go in with a bronzer. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use the opposite side of this poof, and I'm going to use the large portion. We're just gonna sweep that across the top there. And we're just gonna lightly drag down. Okay, we're just gonna lightly drag this down. That applies really pretty. And the nice thing too is you can press into the hairline, but you're not, like with a brush, you kind of can like fling product into your hair. And especially if you have lighter hair, that can be more of a problem. And then I'm just gonna gently sweep this down for a little more of a sun-kissed look. We'll go in like so. And we'll blend that down using kind of more of the outside corner of this. The shape of this reminds me of like a guitar pick a little bit. But so far I really like it because it is so big, you can really fold it up and use different parts of it. We'll drag that down and really, really blend that out. Pull that down the neck some. All right. Let me see. We'll use a powder highlight today. I'm gonna use the new Ether Beauty Diamond Dust. I love. And now for the highlighter, I'm gonna use the corner part, the opposite side from that bronzer, and we'll dip into that nice and bright. And let's tap. Very pretty application. Okay, this is coming together. Now, for my eyeshadow, I'm going to keep it very, very simple. This is just kind of a fun little part of the challenge, but I'm going to use the smaller poof. I'm going to take the Tati palette, Volume 1 Neutrals, and we are going to use the rounded part of this little heart, and I'm going to dip this into the Matte Soothe. Oh, wish me luck, this could be really bad, but we're going to try. Okay, so I'm just going to start tapping this all over. Okay, that's actually not terrible. We're gonna clean it up though. Round out that shape, really use the heart. And I'm gonna use the opposite side of it to softly blend that out. Go flip that back over where there's a little more pigment. I mean, it's not a brush, but for the sake of the challenge, I think this is really fun. Okay, we'll do the same on the other eye. Like I said, I'm not doing a complicated eye look with this. I'm just seeing, can it be done? The answer is yes. It's pretty cool, actually. Okay, I'm gonna take the pointed part of it. I'm gonna dip it also into that Matte Soothe, and I'm gonna go under the eye. Hopefully this will give us a nice kind of diffused look. Cool. Cool, cool. Kind of define that shape a little bit better. I'm using a cleaner edge of the smaller one. I'm just gonna buff that away. A little more under the eyes. Okay, now on the opposite side that I've used on that poof, I'm gonna dip it into the metallic aura, and I'm gonna pinch it so it's a little more sharp in that corner. And I'm going to pop this into my inner corner. Really just kind of feather that out. Little tiny bit under the brow bone, just for a little extra light there. And then again, we're gonna pinch it in half this time this way. And I'm just gonna kind of pat that and melt the two colors together. Very, very simple eye look. I'm not going crazy with it, but I wanted to see, can this be done, and to apply your eyeshadow with the Baby Blendiful. All right, let's round out this look. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Wow Brow. This is a fiber building gel. It reminds me a lot of the Glossier Boy Brow. This does add a bit more volume to your brows because there are those fibers that mimic your natural hairs. So we'll go through quickly with that. I've been really happy with my brows lately. I don't know, I think since dyeing my hair darker, they have, they kind of just stand out more on their own, and I've, you know, just kind of embraced them. I'm not really trying to do a lot to change how they look. I like this e.l.f. a lot, actually. It was only $4 at the drugstore, and I feel like it's kind of the perfect quick product, and it's not gonna set you back a bunch, either in time and or money. So highly recommend. Sometimes e.l.f. really surprises me, and I just really adore it. I'm gonna curl my lashes, and put on some mascara. Today I'm going to use the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Uncensored. Hang on just a second, I'll be right back. Okay, we are back with mascara. I'm going to actually just tap on a teeny tiny bit more blush because I'm feeling a little pale right now. And I like blush. Just a teensy bit more of this. Okay, and then I'm going to pop on just a little bit of the Fit Glow Lip Serum in Beach Glow. I feel like that just ties in a little better with my eyes. I had on Go, and I have to have on something really heavy on my lips after I microneedle them because they start feeling really textured like 2 days later, and then eventually all of that sloughs off. Again, ugly duckling phase, and then your skin like gets amazing after you've microneedled. But final thoughts on the new Tati Beauty Blendiful. I wasn't super excited at first, but after using it, I think this is a really cool product. As you have seen, it's incredibly versatile. I think that this is actually a really great staple to have in your kit, especially if you travel a lot. This is something really light to throw in your bag, and because of the sanitary aspect of it where you can wash it and it dries so fast, I think that this is a fantastic product to have actually. So yeah, I'm actually a really big fan of these, even though initially I didn't really think I would be. They're only about $18. I think it was like $22 with shipping and tax for me. I'm in California, so the shipping wasn't that expensive. But yeah, I think that these are an awesome launch from Tati Beauty. I cannot wait to see what else she comes out with. I love the Textured Neutrals Volume 1. Beautiful palette. But yeah, this is my full face using the Blendiful to apply my makeup. And the only things that I didn't use it to apply were brows, mascara, and lip because they all have wands already. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.